大家好, kumusta? My name is Victor, and today I want to share all of my travel gear weighing around 7 kilograms in one bag. So let's get started. So every airline has different rules, but I just wanted to minimize and simplify my travel gear so I do not have to worry about any airline rule, whether it's budget or a normal airline. I know for domestic flights in North America, they only check the size, but for international travel, it's a little bit different. First one on the list is the Brevity Jumper Backpack in Pine Green. Now they have two sizes, the large and this one is the regular size. Now the height of it is about 16.5 inches, the width is about 10.5 inches, and the depth is 5.5 inches. Now this bag can actually pass as a personal item for most airlines, but sometimes you get caught by some airlines including both personal item and carry-on combined within its 7 kilogram limit, which is sometimes absurd. I mean, for budget air, this is a very strict rule, but it's because they want to charge you for everything. So we want something that would fit within that weight limit. Let's go over this Brevity backpack, and I've been rocking this bag for about 1.5 years now. And the front pocket has nets, so you can kind of sort out your chargers or cables, any small items in there, maybe batteries as well. It has a front opening where you can also sort out your tech inside and your camera stuff. And on the side, you can have an easy access to your camera while on the go. And moving on to the other side, you have a tripod holder or a water bottle holder. And on the same side, there's also a little sort of secret pocket. And I usually put receipts or flat stuff in here. Any little kind of maybe keys, little important things you can put in here. And then moving on to the top main pouch, this is where you can put some of your miscellaneous items. You can actually remove the divider and use it as a normal backpack, and it goes all the way to the bottom. And if you're not carrying camera gear, this is a great option where you can actually just chuck everything in the bag. And lastly, there's a laptop pocket on the top, on kind of like the back side, and you can easily fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro. So I've been actually switching back and forth between the Brevity Jumper and the Wandered Provoke 31 liter, but I saved this guy for actual jobs, especially for domestic flights with no carry-on weight limit. But for everything else, this makes sense. And the Wandered Provoke actually is a lot heavier at 1.5 kilograms. Compared to the Brevity Jumper Backpack, which only weighs around 860 grams. This is a full frame camera in a small form factor. This right here is the Sony a7C II. And in terms of photo and video, this packs a punch. And I've switched my main camera for travels and content creation for this camera because one is quite small, but the biggest problem is how big full frame lenses are. Luckily, we have some compact lenses like the 24, 40, and the 50mm Sony G lenses like this one, and I've grabbed this one and the 24 in my kit. Now, this whole setup right here weighs only 732 grams with the lens, battery, SD card, and our Nisi True Color 1 to 5 stop VND. And the 24mm is only at 183 grams. For extra batteries, I just bring 2 of the Sony batteries weighing at 83 grams per piece, and 2 is about 166 grams. Now the Sony charger also weighs at 166 grams, and I bring that because it's a fast charger and I know it's going to charge this one reliably. This right here is the Rode Wireless Pro. It records 32-bit float. You have lavs for each unit and extra cables just in case. It's a great all-arounder if you do need to record any audio while traveling. And I've tried other wireless solutions like the DJI mic or the previous iterations of these ones, the Rode Wireless Go's. This guy is just packaged up very nicely with these 2 cases and includes everything you need in terms of wireless audio solutions, and that this one is also reliable. Everything in these 2 cases weighs about 446 grams. So what I bring with me is the 16-inch MacBook Pro M1 Pro. Yes, that's right. It's still the first M1 Pro because it just works and it's enough for my needs. Sometimes I wish I had gotten the 14 inches instead to obviously save some weight, and also because I'm almost always connected to an external monitor, and when I do edit while traveling, it's usually just a revision or like something very small or something very quick. I've only really needed the extra real estate for some quick turnarounds where we have to edit at our destination. I have no plans on changing laptops though until this one dies on me, because laptops nowadays are getting so much more expensive every year. So I'm just gonna rock this. I've actually weighted it on my weighing machine. Now the charger cable is also at 58 grams. Note that I don't bring my Apple charging block because I have an all-in-one solution that we will talk about later in this video. Where do I edit most of my files? And it's because of this guy right here. This is the Samsung T7 Shield 4 terabytes, and most of my files are here, and I edit off of this SSD as well, and most of my project files are on my Mac, and I only have 1 terabyte on my computer, so an extra 4 terabytes is great. I usually have 2 copies of my files. If I just shot something, it'll live on this and on the MacBook, and when I get home, I move the files from the MacBook to my backup storage. Now this SSD and the cable only weighs 112 grams. This right here is the iFootage Gazelle TC3B Uprise. This is a carbon fiber travel tripod, and the K3 fluid head is amazing. It's smooth and it's perfect for a small setup like the Sony a7C II, and it's great for panning and tilting. It's quite light as it's carbon fiber, and it's also sturdy enough for my needs. I actually put the FX3 on here with the Tamron 70 to 180 millimeter with a small rig mat box, and it tanked it. It was still smooth, and I was able to get some really great shots with this tripod. Now I have replaced my Ulanzi 0Y with this one due to the K3 head being just much more intuitive compared to the traditional travel tripod head. This one here weighs at 1,265 grams, and I think it's light enough for travels. All right, let's move on to miscellaneous stuff. This right here is my travel wallet, but this is a cheap Amazon travel wallet from the brand Volkit. And I used to just put everything in the bag or like in the little secret pockets, but I figured it would be easier to stay organized and put everything in one go. Not sure if this is gonna hold up, but we're gonna see in the next few travels this year. But I think it's better than trying to find something like the Bellroy Travel Folio, which is about $159 US. Maybe I'll get that one if it's on sale, but this one with everything in it weighs 237 grams. Next one on the list is this guy. This is a foldable water bottle, and this is a vapor foldable water bottle, and it's about a liter. It's a little scratched up already because it's, I don't know, the material is just like that. But you'd have to throw out liquids anyways before you go through security. So just fill up the water bottle after security, so you don't have to pay like $5 for a water bottle at the airport. And if you have lounge access, you can easily just fill this up with whatever they have on there. But I just stick with water since it's more crucial, especially getting off the plane and getting off to your destination, because sometimes we don't have exact change yet, or they don't accept credit cards at the destination. So we're ready with a water bottle right away. This, without any liquid in it, it's only 52 grams. Next one is pretty important as well. This is the CameTV V-mount battery as a power bank. Now on top of here, there's a USB-C port where it can charge my phone, I think 3 times to full charge, and it can charge my laptop as well. I think it went all the way from 20% to 100% one time. I already have this, so there's no point for me to actually buy a travel power bank, since this is basically, it does the same thing. You can just replace this with any power banks that you already have. It's quite cheap anyways on Amazon, but this is my choice and it's quite great. This only weighs 380 grams, and I'm sure you can save on weight with other power banks as well. Next one is just extra cables. 2 times of these 2 USB-C cables are 30 grams. Sometimes I bring some USB-C-A or micro USB, just depends on kind of like what extras I'm bringing. Now, the reason why I don't bring the Apple charging block is because I have one of these all-in-one 100-watt charger for every device. On top here, there's 200-watt ports, 3 65-watt ports, and USB-C as well. Good for charging all devices, and this one only weighs 434 grams. All right, so I have some tips for you guys, especially if you're constricted with the 7 kg limit for your carry-ons. Number 1 is to put your stuff in your pockets. That means your phones, your batteries. I actually put my V-mount battery in my coat pocket sometimes, or my back pocket if I really need it. But don't worry, most of the time airlines won't check unless you look like you're carrying a heavy loaded bag, especially if there's a tripod with your bag. Number 2 is that if you want to save some space for shopping, or maybe just pack lighter, you can put the tripod and or the Rode Wireless Go in your check luggage, and you can also hold your laptop on its own or have a small laptop bag as a personal item. That could work as well. This is so that you'll have more weight allowance for your carry-on. Sometimes it's just easier on your shoulders, so you're not bringing a lot of stuff in that backpack. Overall, this actually weighs around 7.1 kilograms, but like I said, I usually put my power bank in my pockets, my travel wallet, and it reduces the weight of my carry-on bag. And if they do need to check it, I will be under that weight limit. But so far, this is my one and done travel setup. I hope this video gives you some ideas on packing light for your next travel plans. And if you have any other suggestions on packing light, let me know in the comments down below or message me on Instagram. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.